In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know as a beginner when it comes to editing videos using Adobe Premiere Pro. I will not waste much of your time, so subscribe to the channel, like the video so that more people can find the video. Let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and fire up my Adobe Premiere Pro. You can actually apply the things I'm going to teach you in this video to other video editing platforms. So once your software opens, you want to go ahead and click new projects. Actually, these are a list of the projects that I've been working on. So I'm going to click on new, and you can see open project, but we want to create a new project. Okay, you want to go ahead and title it, give it whatever name. That should be the name of the project you're working on. Say extraction part 2. It doesn't really matter because you're going to change the. So I want to go ahead and choose where you want to save your videos. I'm saving it right here. I'm going to click on select. So you can see name, location, all right, and then you want to go ahead and click OK to create your first project. So once your project opens, you want to make sure you are in the editing mode. Okay, you can see this is the color mode, effects mode. These are all the tabs up here, but let me quickly explain the interface to you. This is the monitor, and this is your project panel. So all these are 4 panels right in here, and we also have the toolbar, or the tool panel, as you would like to call it. So here you import your footages, and you're able to watch what you're doing here. And once you're done, you bring them in here, and then you start. And this is called the timeline, and then you start editing here, okay, in the monitor. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and import our first project. You can double click here. You want to go to file, they want to go down to import, they want to click it. As you can see, that is Control I there for the shortcut. You're going to locate the folder where you saved your files. For me, this is food. I'm going to double click it. Then I'm going to double click on food. But I want you to quickly see something. When you shoot videos, what you want to do is to watch your videos and separate those takes that you don't need from the takes that you actually need. As you can see, these are the takes I need, and these are the takes that I don't need. So that when you're editing your video, you want to go ahead and click open. So that when you're editing your videos, you don't have to keep looking at. You want to Control A to select everything, and then you want to click open. All right, as I was saying, you don't want a situation whereby you're editing a video, and each time you want to look at a particular clip, you have to, start looking for the clip. So you just want to select only the things that you need. Okay, so these are the clips we want to use. We can also import our music here and our sound effects here and everything here, but that's not going to help the situation. So you want to learn organization. Okay, so I'm going to do Ctrl Z to undo what we've just done. So I'm going to create a bin. You want to come here and create a new bin or folder. Now I'm going to call this clips. I'm going to create another one and call it music and SFX. So I'm going to create another one and call it for text, because I'm going to be showing you how to create text as well. All right, so you want to double click on clips right here, and you want to go to file again, and you want to go to import. You want to Control A. You want to click in the folder and Control A, and then you want to click open. So everything is going to open in a separate folder from the rest. So if you want the icon view, you want to stick to this. If you want a list view, you can click here to get a list view. So you can just go like this, and you get everything you need right there. I prefer to use the icon view. Right, so once you're done importing your clips, you want to go ahead and import music, and you want to hit Ctrl I on your keyboard or double click in the folder. I want to look for where my music is. So right here, I'm going to double click to open the folder. Again, I'm going to Ctrl A and then click on open to open it. So it's one come into the same place. Okay, everything stays in its place. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open the clips folder. This is why this kind of setup is good. I'm going to show you how to set all this up in my next video. I won't be needing this tab, so there's no point keeping them. If you keep them, you have to start going through everything. It's going to be a long list, so you want to close those tabs you do not need. Okay, I don't need the markers. I just need these two tabs. Okay. I'm gonna go back to food. I don't want to be in edits, in effects rather. The next thing you need to do is to create a sequence. Before you create a sequence, you need to know the properties that your footage has. And one way to know that, you can do it inside here as well, and as well as outside. Just right click and you go to properties, and then you look at, this is a 1920 by 1080 and it is shot using 25 frame rates per second. Okay, that is pretty good for us, and you can see the aspect ratio is 1.0. So to create a new sequence, what you want to do is to right click in the empty space here where there's nothing. You want to go to new item, and then you want to go to sequence. Alternatively, what you can do is to click Control N. Okay, Control N will also take you right there. So I'll be using ARRI for this one, and this is ARRI 1080p 23. Remember, we are looking for 25. So this is 1080p, but it's 25, and you can see the settings right here. Okay, you can see the aspect ratio, you can see the frame rate. So I'm going to select 25, and you can see everything has been updated. And once you're all good, you want to go ahead and tie to your sequence. So I'm going to just call it food. It doesn't matter, but you want to keep everything organized this way. So I'm going to hit OK, and now we've created a new sequence. So what you want to do is to double click on your files and you want to drag it down. So to import footage from here into your timeline and start editing, what you want to do first is select the parts of the clips that you actually need. Let's say I want to talk about preparation of this food. I want to tell a story. What you want to do, once you love the part that you want to use, you want to click here where it says mark in. You want to move forward in time. And let's say you're satisfied with this place, you want to click mark out. Okay, so this is mark out, and the keyboard shortcut for both of them is I and O. Okay, to mark in and out. So once you've done that, you want to click here, you want to drag this into your timeline, and to expand you want to come right here and you want to expand like this to just zoom in to see exactly what you're doing. Right, so you want to move the playhead to this port, and then we're going to import another clip. This is where they addition the food. So I'm going to do the I thing and move forward in time and do the let's say I want it right here, and then I'm going to do the O forward in time and click on I. And once you're satisfied, you want to drag that into the timeline as well. Promise you, we're not going to use the advanced stuff for now because it's pretty slow for me, but for you I have to do it this way. So once you're done, okay, let me do this for the rest of the clips. So I'm going to teach you how to use basic tools, and this is called the toolbar. So this consists of all the tools. You can see this is the selection tool, this is the razor tool, and this is the text tool. Okay, for now these are the ones you'll be needing the most, okay, as a beginner. Let's say I'm not satisfied with this one, maybe I want just one of this. I'm good. I can just pick the razor tool right here, okay, and it's represented by a keyboard shortcut C. Okay, you want to come here and cut this place, and then you want to go back to the selection tool. Then you want to come here and select. Okay, so once you pick, you cut, you have to go back to selection so that you can select. All right, if you don't do that, this is what's going to happen. Anytime you click, it's going to make a cut instead. You don't want that, so you want to go ahead and click the selection tool. And now if this clip is not selected, because we don't want this, you want to go ahead and click the backspace key to delete that. And to close the space, you want to right click and hit delete right here. It's going to close that gap. All right, so to make use of the text tool, what you want to do is to go ahead and click on the text tool, and you want to click outside, and then you want to come here and click right here, and you want to just type African food. Then you want to go back to the selection tool. Here, another thing you can do here is to trim footages this way. You can see the way I'm doing it. So you can actually trim them. Let's say you want it to be long, you can just move it this way and you can just move it that way. Okay, I'm going to undo that and I'm going to drag it to where it was before. So that's how to also edit clips. So I'm going to select our text layer and I'm going to go to effects control panel. Right here, we can use this to move the text on the screen. This way, you can see, and we can move it that way. So this is actually called the graphics panel right in here. Let's say I want to change the font. I'm going to come right here to where it says text. And I'm going to click this drop down here. And I'm going to scroll down. And you can see this is the font that I'm using right now. And I want to change it to Poppins, okay? And the fastest way, you want to hit the letter that starts with the font you want to change. So I'm going to hit P and I'm going to go, okay, I can see it right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Poppins Bold. And you can see text has changed the font. So you want to also work on the size. With this, you can also increase and decrease the size of your text, okay? So these are for alignment. Okay, this is center align, this is for left align, right align, and this is for left align. And you can actually add shadow to your text. You can add shadow to your text. You may not see it now, but you can, it's already there. That's why this is looking pretty sharp right there. So, and again, if you want to change the color of your text, what you want to do is to click here and let's say I'm going to change it to color black. I'm going to move it right here. Text is going to change to black. We don't want black, so I'm going to select something that is bright color. Let's say red. So what I'm going to show you next is how to speed up your project. Okay, so to speed up your project, let's move this to this side and you can see this is a selection tool. So what you want to do is to right click. You want to go to speed and duration and you can see the speed is on 100. If I double the speed, that's 100 times 2, that's 200. Okay, and you want to hit enter on your keyboard and you can see the speed has been reduced. It's now very fast. The clip is now very fast. Okay, so I'm going to do Ctrl Z on that. So if you want to make it very slow, what you need to do is to right click and go to the same place, speed and duration. So instead of increasing the speed where I said 100 times 2, what you're going to do is say 100 divided by 2. Okay, so 100 divided by 2, that is 50. So instead of going forward, what you want to do is to have this figure right here, and if you divide that by 2, you get 50. You get 50. So I'm just going to write 50, and this is also going to change. As you can see, it just changed, right? But this is going to be very slow, and this is where we get slow motion. Okay, this is how you do slow motion, and this is how people get slow motion in their videos. Okay, so I'm just gonna do Ctrl Z right there, and I'm gonna move that right here. So, all right. So the next thing you want to do is to add effects, and we're going to video effects. And then you want to go to video transitions. We're going to add video transitions first, and we're going to use cross dissolve. All right, so you want to adjust this clip right here. You can see I'm adjusting it so that I can easily apply. So you can just move this to the side, and then you can come to this empty space, click, triple delete, and it will. So you want to go ahead and select everything, and then you want to come to your cross dissolve. See, that's the effect you want to add on all the clips. So you're just gonna, so to add an effect, you want to come here, click on cross dissolve, and you want to place it in between these two clips. Okay, can you see that? Then I'm going to pick another one just like that. Okay, so I'm done for. So you want to place your effects where you have splits, okay, where the clips are joining themselves, and you can see that the edit is already making sense. So my Computer is a bit slow.